From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olsen here in the booth. Off we go from Lumen Field. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 47-yard line.
Tiger, 19 Tiger. Here we go, set.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 7. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Open space to the 35. He will go all the way. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seattle. His 12th touchdown of the year. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Okay, from the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Get out of the gun is Milton. Going for it all. That is hard. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. A big-time play for the Niners. And even 50 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Panther 11.
From the gun, here's Milton. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds just a couple of yards short of the 1st down. That's a pickup of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to...
And he's in! Touchdown, 49ers!
Touchdown, San Francisco.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
This fielded at the 2. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set up.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second
19
and
tight.
3.
19 tight.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3 yards to go.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case,
That's over the middle and intercepted.
so not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
When you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Milton. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
To the air on 3rd down is Milton. He's got his man, and he finds Worthy.
Let's go.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10.
13 yards on the play. And the
Cowboys.
first down.
Dragon 60.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard
19
line.
Lions. Ready.
To the air once more is Milton.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Come on. Set. Go.
Try and throw with Milton. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
He pulls it in around the 5. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7.
They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing third down at the moment. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Now for the point after. It's up and through. And the 49ers will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. Past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Ready? 65 catch. 70 Timberwolves.
Now Milroe on first down. Open man is Horton. It's caught. And he will get into the end zone. Corey Horton. Touchdown Seahawks.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. This one's good for a first down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
On 2nd down, here's Milton. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. To the air, it's Milton. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Throw once more, here's Milton. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Throwing again is Milton. This is caught at the 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this has got to take advantage.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Williams in motion. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Come on, come on.
Now Milton. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and
that's in the end zone and intercepted. Into space. To the 20. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80. Cup 19. Cup 19.
From the gun, it's Milroe. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Corey Horton. Touchdown Seahawks. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, break.
Milton now to throw on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
A gain of 15. And the
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
loss of the yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Milton to the air on 2nd down. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's
So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Get up. Go.
Milton going to look to throw it again. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Milton. That's taken in. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
18. Pass the 6. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Milroe. The left side is caught by Horton. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. He's got a man. That's Horton. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
The Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Milroe will look to run it himself. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Milroe. He's got it at the 3. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now, Milroe, this is a designed run, and he will take it in himself. Jalen Milroe, touchdown Seattle. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up. Ready up.
On first down, here's Milton. He'll get this out to the left flat. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On the shotgun, a throw from Milton. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let's go.
To the air on third down is Milton. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards.
To the air once more is Milton. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Throwing on second down is Milton. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They get 20 on the connection. First down, 49ers.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Steady.
From the gun, here's Milton. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he will score. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, 49ers. Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. His kick is good. And the 49ers are back to within 7. It's 28-21. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
He takes off.
Jalen Milroe on the defense.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and
Out of the gun. It's Milroe. There's that man again. Another catch. Catch number 7 so far in this loss. And a 1st down.
good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Steady, ready.
Throwing is Milrow. That one is caught by Campbell. And the tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
On the ready.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey, not choking, 19. Go.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. Now the point after drop from Myers. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
49ers 21. Jason
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
at their own 35-yard line.
Ready. Trap 50. Trap. Practice 6.
Here's Milton now on first and 10. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
So on first and 10, here's Milton. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Got it. Ready. Lightning. 18. Let's go. Wrap up. 19. Lions.
Now Milrow on first down. Downfield, he's got Horton. And he will score again. Corey Horton. Touchdown Seattle. What a half he is putting together. That's his third touchdown already. Myers now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks are able to extend the lead.
Score Seahawks 42, 49ers 21. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Milton now to throw on first and 10. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Warrior 70.
Get out of the gun is Milton. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Now Milton. And this is is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't...
And the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off, and it's a turnover on down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Throwing now, Milroe on 1st down. Moving left. Now he takes off. And he's into the end zone. Jalen Milroe. Touchdown, Seahawks. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard
Milton going to look to throw it again. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Throw once more. Here's Milton. This one complete right side. And he's in. Touchdown, San Francisco. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. The extra point is good. And the 49ers are able to cut into the deficit.
49ers 28.
Looking to double up here. Score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick.
That's a big risk in this situation here, Mike. They're hoping to catch him by surprise, but now when you fail, the other team is able to not only have a short field, they got a chance to extend their lead.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70 Timberwolves. Right.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
Hold it ready. Hold 70. Hold 70. Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing, Milton. That is caught down the field. It's Worthy. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Ready, break. Come on, come on.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Okay, break.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
Go. Cougar 19. Ready.
Looking to throw, it's Milton. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Try and throw with Milton. And that is incomplete.
And the defense knew they had to be ready for anything here on third and short. They decided to put the ball in the air, and they might have been better off keeping that ball on the ground because that defense was ready for it, and they were all over it.
They'll go. Here's Milton. And he will have the first down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another first down. This is brought down just shy of the marker. To the air once more is Milton. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down. Throwing again is Milton. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth down.
Okay, ready? 60 Maverick. 60 ready? Let's go.
On first and 10, it's Milrow. To the left side, and is caught by Horton. Still on the move. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 91 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Come on, come on. Ready?
On first down, here's Milton. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
19 Tiger. Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, here's Milton. Open receiver, the former Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
55, Panther 11, Panther 11.
And the 49ers first.
In the shotgun, a throw from Milton. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air. They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it. This is a great example here why.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
79 Broncos. Let's go now. Ready?
To throw, it's Milton. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again. I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Riq Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PB.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. He works free, breaks side, and his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Timberwolves. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Let's go. Go.
They'll throw on first down with Milroe. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's taken in by Horton. 10 catches now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he cannot be stopped. He is into the end zone again. Corey Horton, touchdown Seattle. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks stretch things out even further.
49ers 28. Jason
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Okay, quick. Ready?
Here's Milton now on first and 10. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. So, from 37, here's second and 8. Throwing is Milton. A pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass ball is incomplete. We're trying to pick this up on third and 8. Looking out of the gun is Milton. And that is incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points, but really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half. Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the third quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one. some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Going downfield, right side, and it's caught. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a first down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
19 Tigers.
Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Sorry, Morton. Touchdown, Seahawks. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game.
Makes the score Seahawks 70, 49ers 28.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Williams now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Milton. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted.
Yeah, that's just a mistake by this quarterback, Mike. That's just really inexcusable. You can't continue to push your luck. And at a level like this, against defenders this good, you continue to put the ball in harm's way, eventually, they're going to make you pay.
49ers 28. Jason Myers.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
So on first and 10, here's Milton. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. Now Milton. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
Okay, ready.
Can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Open man, left side. He's got it.
Tempo.
49er first down.
Broncos.
It's a gain of 10.
Throwing on first and 10 is Milton. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
17 yards. And the 49er first down.
Milton going to look to throw it again. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. Throw once more. Here's Milton. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
The kicker on for the
Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats. Makes mom and dad happy, but, Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team and moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Stephanie! Cap Cougar 19! Get wide!
They'll run the toss with Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. That is caught downfield by Campbell. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with. Throwing now, Milroe on first down. Get this complete to Horton. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
First and 10.
Ready?
Play action. It's Milroe. He's got it at the 7. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Corey Parsons. Touchdown, Seattle. And with that, NFL history. That's the record. 7 touchdowns in one game.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Here we go, set!
Pearsall, the man in motion.
Ready?
Milton now to throw on first and 10. Quick hitting slant there. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready?
To the air, it's Milton. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up second down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Here we go, Buffalo 18! Bronco!
From the gun, here's Milton. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Get it!
first down, it's Milroe. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Milroe. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Come on.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
19 Lions. Cut 19.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
18 Cardinals. Ready?
Throwing is Milroe. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. 60 Maverick.
Here's Milroe to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Brings up third and 2.
Now Milroe. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. Works out as they convert on fourth down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. Milroe is going to air this one out, and he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Corey Horton, touchdown Seattle. This is just getting silly at this point. That's his 8th touchdown of this game. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On first down, here's Milton. There's that man again. Another catch. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Milton now on first and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Get out of the gun is Milton. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. To the air once more is Milton. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10. Throwing again is Milton. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass. We'll try again. It's second and 10. From the shotgun, a throw under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So backed up Milton, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Get up. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go, Reed, go. Get up.
They'll go. Here's Milton. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth down.
It's a turnover and down.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. To the left side, and is caught by Horton. Still on his feet. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 61 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
70 Lions. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
They'll throw on first down with Milroe. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
19
It
Lions.
leads to second and 10.
Warriors 70. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Seahawks. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
Throwing on first and 10 is Milton. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw, it's Milton. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
First and 10.
Milton now to throw on first and 10. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go. He'll try again here, second and 10.
Let's go. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 70.
Milton going to look to throw it again. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback. And it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the fourth quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback.
To the air on third down is Milton. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Get it. Bronco 80. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Broncos. Steady.
Throw once more. Here's Milton. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Warriors 70. Go.
Throwing now, Milroe on first down. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is hard. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Milroe gonna look to run it himself. And he's got another one. Jalen Milroe. Touchdown, Seattle. Myers. Good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will add one more onto their big lead.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Let's go. 19 Lions. 60.
So on first and 10, here's Milton. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Ready? 70 Timber. Cut 19. Cut 19.
From the gun, here's Milton. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Here's first and 10.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 19 Charger. 19.
Here's Milton. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Radio. 18 Radio.
Milton to the air on second down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
So I'm not really sure if that would have mattered, Mike. I don't think they were going to have enough to pick up the first down either way. But at least if that ball's completed, third down's just a little bit more manageable. Because now after the incomplete, they find themselves in third and pass.
Dragon 60.
On third and long, here's Milton. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. On first down, here's Milton. There's that man again. Another catch. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The extra point, up and good. And the 49ers cut into the lead a little bit. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. Inside the 40.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Get it. Mustang 19.
On first down, it's Milroe. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
That's good.
Ready? Down at the 12. It's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
2nd and 16.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out for the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Ready? Warriors 7, Panther 60.
Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game in that one. A first down.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Cup 19, Cup 19, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Looking out of the gun is Milton. This ball batted away. That's incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight cover as he knocks it away. Man in motion, heading left. To the air once more is Milton. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another set. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. It's seemingly pretty silly with 1 second left in the game. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Here we go. One final play. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. They finish off the regular season with some momentum. And they'll wait with bated breath to find out who they're going to play next week in the wild card round.